Welcome to Cabin and Cottage, where vintage charm meets timeless tradition. Today, we're bringing Jane Austen's Regency elegance to life through spring home decor, room by room. If you love classic interiors, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more beautifully curated design inspiration, straight from the past into your home. A softly lit entryway welcomes with pale mint green wainscoting and delicate floral wallpaper. An antique console table holds fresh peonies in a porcelain vase, while vintage brass sconces cast a warm, inviting glow. The carefully arranged details evoke a timeless charm that recalls a bygone Regency era and gently transports the viewer into a serene, enchanted space reminiscent of classic literature. A refined parlor exudes Regency elegance with pastel blue walls and white crown molding. A gracefully curved sofa upholstered in floral chintz sits near fluttering lace curtains that billow softly in the light. The marble fireplace mantel, adorned with daffodils and antique candlesticks, tells a story of vintage sophistication and warm, familial gatherings. A sunlit library unfolds with floor-to-ceiling shelves painted in sage green. An inviting floral slip-covered armchair nestles by an open window draped in linen panels. Cherry blossom branches in a ceramic urn grace a carved wooden writing desk, while the gentle morning light dances across the room, evoking the quiet mystery of an old English novel. A romantic dining room captures the essence of spring with a polished cherrywood table set for a grand feast. Bone china plates, Wildflower arrangements in glass vases and light yellow walls with elegant crown molding create a nostalgic atmosphere. Windsor chairs and vintage botanical prints complete the scene, inviting an experience of refined dining and subtle luxury. A cheerful breakfast nook bursts with the charm of a Georgian cottage. A window seat beneath lattice windows offers plush, faded floral cushions, while a round oak pedestal table displays freshly baked bread and a classic tea service. Tulips in a pewter pitcher and a striped linen tablecloth accentuate the rustic yet elegant details that brighten the morning. A powder room reflects soft Regency hues with pale pink damask wallpaper and a pedestal sink fitted with brass fixtures. Hand-embroidered towels and a gilt-framed mirror add layers of vintage grace. A delicate arrangement of garden roses in a milk glass vase graces a narrow antique shelf, creating an intimate space filled with quiet sophistication. A charming dressing room basks in natural spring light that illuminates a painted armoire displaying pastel garments. A low vanity decorated with a lace doily and vintage perfume bottles exudes nostalgia, while scattered dried lavender and a floral upholstered stool on a faded Persian rug add an element of delicate, lived-in grace. A guest bedroom inspired by spring reveals a four-poster canopy bed draped in sheer muslin. Floral bedding in soft blues and greens contrasts with antique brass wall sconces and a dainty writing table featuring garden-themed stationery. Pale green walls reflect the soft sunlight, creating a serene retreat that whispers stories of classic elegance. A tranquil sunroom styled in Georgian garden fashion welcomes relaxation. White wicker furniture paired with pale blue cushions sits amid climbing ivy and terracotta pots. A wrought iron tea cart holds a vintage floral tea set, while checkered floors reflect the warm spring light, weaving a narrative of refined outdoor leisure. A classic cottage kitchen charms with open shelves lined with soft pastel transferware. An apron front porcelain sink and painted tin pots filled with fresh herbs complement a wooden island draped with linen cloth. A bowl of spring lemons and primroses rests as a vibrant centerpiece, merging practicality with nostalgic beauty. A serene nursery, bathed in pale lavender, showcases a vintage white crib adorned with a hand-stitched quilt. Delicate wallpaper patterned with tiny violets sets a gentle tone, while antique toys and wicker baskets arranged on shelves evoke the playful spirit of yesteryear. Soft natural light through ruffled cotton curtains adds a dreamy quality to this intimate space. A bright conservatory brims with spring blooms and vintage charm. Wrought iron furniture featuring floral cushions sits beside aged terracotta planters overflowing with hyacinths and lilies. Pastel gardening tools arranged neatly enhance the scene, while tall French windows frame the lush garden outside, inviting nature's renewal into every corner. A formal sitting room unfolds with soft duck egg blue walls and neoclassical paneling. A tufted settee upholstered in floral damask invites repose beside a marble-topped table adorned with violets and vintage books. An intricately woven Aubusson rug ties the space together, evoking refined elegance and the quiet drama of a timeless tale. cozy reading nook nestles beneath a dormer window framed by pastel toile wallpaper. A built-in window seat covered in floral cushions cradles stacks of leather-bound books, and a delicate side table holding a porcelain teacup. Soft pink tulips in a crystal vase add a burst of color, crafting an intimate sanctuary for reflective moments. A sunlit hallway tells its own story with pale yellow paneling and a long antique console table adorned with hyacinths and daffodils arranged in vintage pitchers. Oval mirrors reflect gentle daylight while botanical art prints in simple gilt frames line the walls, creating a passage that bridges history with the refreshing vibrancy of spring. A charming laundry room exudes vintage flair through pale green cabinetry and open shelves filled with glass jars containing soap flakes and clothespins. Delicate floral curtains frame a small window, while a vintage basket filled with neatly folded linens and sprigs of fresh lavender invites both practicality and nostalgic beauty into everyday life. A music room inspired by spring glows with a small painted harpsichord in cream and gold. Elegant floral wallpaper in Regency patterns surrounds a delicate armchair accented with an embroidered cushion. Soft pink peonies arranged in a cut glass vase on a nearby music stand and polished oak floors create a harmonious and refined atmosphere. A garden-facing veranda bursts with seasonal charm and weathered whitewashed furniture. Floral cushions in faded rose patterns accompany hanging baskets overflowing with trailing lobelia and lace table runners. An antique urn filled with mixed spring blooms punctuates the scene, evoking an enchanting outdoor retreat filled with whispers of bygone elegance. A quiet upstairs landing offers soft cream walls and an antique bench upholstered in floral linen. A round side table, dressed with a lace runner and a vase of freshly picked wildflowers, catches the gentle morning light filtering through an arched window with delicate trim. The space evokes a tender narrative of renewal and subtle sophistication. A master bedroom inspired by Regency design exudes refined spring elegance. A carved canopy bed draped in white muslin and pastel floral bedding invites restful dreams. Neoclassical columns frame a charming fireplace, while soft candlelight glimmers off gilt-framed mirrors and dainty spring florals on a side table, crafting a sanctuary of timeless serenity. Thank you for joining us on this spring journey through Jane Austen-inspired decor. We hope these spaces sparked ideas for your own timeless sanctuary. Share your thoughts in the comments, give us a like if you enjoyed the tour, and subscribe for more vintage, cottage-style inspiration every week. See you in the next video.